Okay, so this morning I am going to walk to Fort William. So a couple of days ago I did it where I went down this road, so I turned right here and went down to Cowell area, and then I followed the road like around Inverloch area, and then kind of like in the Annaird area, and then Fort William. So I did that a couple of days ago. So I'm going to walk to Fort William, like I said, but I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go the most direct way, providing I can do it. Because the roads, the reason why I did what I did a couple of days ago was because the roads, you got away from roads. Whereas where I'm going, yes, is the more direct way to get to Fort William, but at the same time it is probably the more boring way to get to Fort William. It's more direct, but it's more boring. So it's practically just straight with a little bits of turns. Oh, there's a bit of trees there. So it's more straight with a bit with roundabouts, bit of turns that way. Just got a stitchy foot one moment. So I'd seen that from Corpack to Fort William there was like two buses. There was like one that goes through like Cowell and Inverloch and then Annaird and then it goes to Fort William, or there's one which is just going along this road. And I need to be careful as well, because on, I think it was Sunday or was it Monday, I got stung by either a bee or a wasp at like above like my eyelid, so I don't want to touch it. So it stung obviously, and then on Monday it wasn't, yes, it will have been Sunday. So on Monday it didn't feel that bad. It kind of stung a little bit. And I woke up this morning and I thought I must still be asleep, because it was like 7:30. And no, I've got a swollen part of my eye. So today, when I get into Fort William, I'm going to head to Boots and potentially ask if we've got anything that can potentially help with bee/wasp stings. I feel like Ramesh Ranganathan, because he's got one eye that's open and then one that's just slightly open. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna film vlogs today. So I've got my bag, I've got my power bank stuff, and a couple of snacks. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And the train back from Fort William back to Bannerby is at like 12:20. And it only takes like 10 minutes, so yeah. I mean, alternatively I might get off at Corpack potentially as a bit of a change. The one thing with vlogging on a main road is traffic, as you can hear, as you can see and hear. So what I'm going to do is wrap the video up. Yeah, thanks so much for now, and goodbye.